we are in front of a location that I visited fairly often.
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile, yes, every week I would come to T-Mobile. This is a former Hollywood video location, and I would come down here and rent a movie, or more often a video game. First they just rented games alongside their movies, and then they added on this additional format store called Game Crazy. They actually bought out the little area next to it, and I loved that store. I thought that store was so cool. And that was around the time that I was very actively collecting Super Nintendo, which was like 2005, 2006, when I was trying to find every game.
Could you buy from them?
Yes, they used to give me their inventory reports. I'd sit there at the desk and read through their inventory reports and check off the ones I wanted.
What are you, a trustee?
I'd go through and say, I want this one, and they pull them out because they were only $2 to $5 at the time.
This is like a gamer's ride, dog. Know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you my biggest memory of Hollywood Video, Hollywood Video. The year is 2000. I'm at a friend's birthday party, not an especially close friend, but he was mutual friends with like lots of my close friends.
Yeah.
So it was this like opportunity for everybody to hang out. The mom said, we're gonna go to Hollywood Video and get a movie. We all were into South Park. South Park was kind of brand new.
Yep.
I was like, I heard that those same guys made a movie, their own movie. Cannibal the Musical? We actually found Cannibal the Musical, a trauma title, was in a Hollywood Video. So I somehow convinced this giant party of kids who didn't know why we would get this movie. It was like an attic area where we were all gonna sleep. And he had his little TV, and the color on the CRT was totally off. And the opening sequence has a bunch of kind of like fake blood type effects, and they were bright orange. I remember as the minutes ticked on, more and more kids fell asleep until there were like 3 of us. But it changed my life. I don't think we'd be shooting movies. I don't think we'd be shooting this video. It was just one of those important light bulb moments where you're like, oh, they had fun making it, and I want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Additionally, you guys would then sing the songs in school, and this was before I even knew you, but like I knew the 3 kids that sang those obnoxious songs in the hallway.
Yeah.
When we say it's a scrub dark cold day.
Hey!
I really pushed it on the school.
I have a couple specific memories of coming here as well. The very strange experience of renting the discs of a television series in order from here. And of all the shows, it was Ally McBeal, if you remember that show.
Yeah. David E. Kelly.
Yeah, David E. Kelly.
I've heard you mention Ally McBeal for years. What is that? What is Ally McBeal?
I never really thought about it, sir. All I have
David!
You could only do one at a time, and there was one time I came and they didn't have the next disc. I was pissed.
Did you demand to see their inventory sheets?
No, I did not. Not long after that, I actually transitioned to Netflix disc ordering, which kind of spelled the end of the relationship for me and rental stores.
On a related topic, in-store rental video model, obviously that limited your options. It limited the stock. With the current model, where you can watch any movie that's ever been produced, it's too much option. The Netflix mail-in DVD model is the best for the art form.
Yes. Redbox has the too small problem because the Redbox only has the latest 200 films.
Exactly.
You're
back to Blockbuster in a kiosk.
The thing that was great about rental stores was it had everything you knew, but it also had things you didn't know, but not too many that you were going to be browsing for days.
Most people would obviously think of Blockbuster, but Hollywood Video, I think it was a bit bigger.
Yes, it was. This was quite a large location.
Yeah, that was Silver Screen
Video.
That was like our hometown video place.
Yeah.
The thing about like going out and renting a movie was much more of a gamble. When you received the movie, you had made something of a commitment to that movie.
Yeah, you were going to watch it.
With streaming, how many people turn it off 10 minutes in?
You're absolutely right. I liken it to the same problem I have now with emulation, where you have all the games ever.
As soon as like your pleasure sensors aren't like at
firing,
you're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, but that's all of media and existence today, basically.
Yeah. I assume they had the drop-off thing.
They did, yep. Little slot you push through, be kind, please rewind.
It felt like everybody really delighted in Blockbuster's failure and these kinds of failures because of the late fee thing. They were like, F you for the late fee thing. Your whole business needs to go under. But I say return your movie.
Yeah, return your damn movie.
They didn't make it that hard.
No.
John's got Ally McBeal to watch, and somebody didn't return it.
I do think these work better with VHS because the likelihood of damaging a VHS is much lower.
Low.
The likelihood of scratching a DVD, it's a constant problem for the store and for the customer.
I'm sure it was. They used to actually put protective layers on the flip side of the DVD to keep them safer. I have some video games that were ex-rentals.
My parents, they just weren't movie people. And I remember they were like, we should go rent a movie. And we got Addams Family. It must have been serendipity or coincidence or something, but the VCR broke. And they were like, that rented filthy tape broke that VCR. Then a few years later, a Blockbuster in Fall River opened next to a Domino's. And my mom was like, Frankie, we could get pizza and rent a movie. And I was like, Yes. And so I was on the track team. I was in middle school. I was talking to our friend Jeremy, who we still see, but he was much older. And I was spouting off to him about like, hey, my mom and I are going to rent a movie and get a pizza. And he didn't make fun of me. But I remember he goes, pizza and movie together at last, Frankie, or something like that. He made fun of me like a little bit. And I remember being like, oh man, I got carried away with that concept. Yeah, I'm still pretty carried away with it, Frankie. Rip.
Only Hollywood Video has Star Wars The Phantom Menace for 5 days, so you can watch it again and again. Welcome to Hollywood Video.
Hollywood Video, the bankrupt video store chain that's still harassing former customers. Nicole Detmer told me last spring she owed the bankrupt video store hundreds for late movies she knew nothing about.